All right, what is going on, guys? Welcome to a brand new video. We're doing a Q&A. We're answering some juicy questions. I really was trying to get out a bunch of vlogs this week, but life just was not having it. I wanted to have the Ever Forward launch today. We got to push that back a week, and it has been a very frustrating, busy time. And yeah, sometimes life just gets in the way. So instead of giving you nothing, I thought I'd give you this. So we're just gonna hop into it. Go grab yourself a bag of sour strips or a margarita, and let's begin. First up, from our new Hawaiian resident, Mona. How much does dude miss Felix? Mona, we all miss. Hold on a second. Hold on a second. Look at this. Look. You guys remember this little guy, little Felix? The rug that is under my feet, I can still smell the urine just seeping through the carpet. We miss Felix a lot. We miss Mona a lot. I'm gonna make sure to hang this up to pay homage to the little terror. And we're excited for Mona to come back and visit. She still does work with the company. She's been crushing it, just working on a different schedule in Hawaii. And I think that she's been surfing and hanging 10 and all the stuff, or maybe just watching Netflix. I don't know. But yeah, Mona's doing great. Sergi, are you nervous for your surgery? So I have toe surgery coming up on November 2nd. And no, I'm not nervous at all. I actually think it's kind of like ridiculous of a surgery. Like, I have to go under for 45 minutes to an hour for them to, on my little piggy, on my little baby pinky toe, I think they have to like literally break the bone to straighten it. I don't know how else you do it. Maybe put some like lube. No, you'd have to break the bone. They're going to break my pinky toe. Fun fact, that's the only bone I've ever broken. I've fractured my wrist one time. I have shoulder gas, so I've separated, but I've never actually broken a bone. Well, first time for everything. No, we're not nervous. I'm excited to ride around on my scooter and not tip over. Giselle and Neva, I don't know. How's your mom doing? She is doing fantastic. Speaking of my foot surgery, she is coming down for the first week of my rehabilitation to help out. She has some extra PTO time that she like loses if she doesn't. If you don't use it, you lose it. Is that a serious question? Yeah, she's coming down for the first week of my surgery to help out. I'm kind of stressed because I'm like, what is she going to do all day? I mean, I guess like mom things, but I'm going to be in a boot, so I can't drive. I'm going to be in a literal boot for a month. I can't go anywhere. I'm going to have to get driven around. And yeah, so I'm excited to see her. And then, yeah, the holidays, obviously. But she's doing fantastic. Spreading the good word of sour strips, making sure everyone knows that her son is a super cool YouTuber, and we will get her back on the channel very, very soon. Do you pick 1 or 2 days out of the week to film and work on business the rest of the week? Yeah, I mean, I still haven't figured out if I'm a YouTuber who moonlights as an entrepreneur or an entrepreneur that moonlights as a YouTuber, right? Whenever I go on whenever I watch Shark Tank and Mark Cuban, like whenever anyone has any other job besides the new venture, like the new business that they're starting, they're like, I need you 100% all in this. You can't be doing anything else. You can't be working on anything else. Imagine if I went on Shark Tank, I'd be like, yeah, I have a YouTube video too. They're like, you make YouTube videos? Does that take away from your company? I'm like, oh yeah, no, it definitely does. They're like, why do you do that? I'm like, because I like doing it. Actually, it has. It's a strategic marketing move to continue to show people the journey of sour strips, so I can trick them into buying candy and consuming a lot of sugar. Yeah, I try to just set aside days to film. I do my best to not film across multiple days because it gets kind of confusing, and then I feel like the storyline kind of gets like wishy-washy. But a lot of times that life comes up and I'm not able to film. Luckily, with the type of content that I make and the way that my YouTube channel is, which is kind of a double-edged sword because it's easy for me to make YouTube videos because something's always going on with work and I just kind of document my life and what I'm doing. But on the flip side of that, I'm making content for only you guys who watch my videos. So if for any reason you were like, I'm done with this, I don't care about the new warehouse, Max, I don't care about the candy company, I don't care about you and your dog and your girlfriend, right? I'm not going to grow the channel that way, but it's maintainable for me to continue making the videos that I make. So it kind of just is what it is at this point. So I do set aside time, but it doesn't always work out like that. 'Cause I can't imagine if I wanted to go like all in on content creation and make a bunch of like I couldn't do it. This is the only type of content that I can possibly deliver to you guys. Like, this is it. If you're hoping that something crazy is going to come in here, it really probably ain't, it ain't going to happen. We're just going to keep filming our lives. And, yeah, you can see me succeed or you can see me crash and burn. So it's going to be a great story either way. This girl loves living asks, name 3 things that you love about Taylor, not including her physical attributes. You know I love a good set of chompers. By the way, we're in my new office. Did I tell you this? This is my office right behind me. I thought it was, fitting that we're here. Anywho, name 3 things you love about Taylor. How much time you got? First of all, she is the sweetest girl in the whole world in terms of her just like care and love for others. And it shines through like every single time that I see her interact with other people. She just is so selfless. She thinks of other people. She like is really thoughtful when it comes to like thinking of things for me, like little gifts, little tokens of appreciation that I don't know what it is in my brain that like I don't think to do that. Like when someone has an achievement, right? Someone launches something and then Taylor were like, oh, I sent them flowers or I sent them a gift. And I'm like, I didn't even think about that. It's not because I'm like inconsiderate. I don't care about the person. I'm just like, it didn't even cross my mind to send them a little gift. It didn't even cross my mind. I need to work on that myself. I suck, but she is amazing. And I don't know if that was like one thing, but I love the way that she interacts with her family. I love that she's so family oriented and talks to her family every day and wants to see her family on a consistent basis. I also love, I think she's super nurturing, like motherly. I have never experienced seeing like when Taylor holds a baby or interacts with a child, like a child or something. It's just, like I can see the future of her with our children. We have an announcement. She's just so caring and loving and like smiling. If I held a baby, I'd be like, what do I do? What do I get away from me? But not because I don't. But like when it's my baby. But you get what I'm saying? Like I don't think I've ever actually held a baby. I think I've held a baby like one time for like a second. I don't know what to do. I don't know how do you hold a baby. What if it starts crying? I don't know. Taylor knows all these things. She's so motherly and fantastic. Taylor is just the best. How many videos do I have to tell you how awesome that she is? Cafe Hooters. Who brokered your 7-Eleven deal? So we got in a 7-Eleven with sour strips. A broker, if you don't know, broker, I just met her. A broker is someone, it's essentially a middleman who connects you with these stores. And there's pros and cons, okay? So, for example, some people who want to go into 7-Eleven will go through a broker agency, and that person will have connects with 7-Eleven, and the broker will broker the deal and get you into 7-Eleven. But in return, that broker will make anywhere from like 2 to 5, maybe even 8% of every single order that 7-Eleven or whoever places, right? So they have a connection. They do a kind of like a one-time thing. It's not as simple as this, but then they get almost indefinitely, unless you have in your contract, just payments off of, they just are able to suck the money out of everything. But although that sucks, right? Because you might be like, why can't I just contact them? Some companies require you to use a broker. Some people, it's hard to get your foot in the door if you don't have a broker, if like your brand doesn't have that presence. The good thing about brokers is that they have been working with these companies for so long. So they handle all the paperwork. They handle all the new items set up. They handle all the back and forth. They handle all the like back end logistics that you would have to take on if you didn't broker. So you kind of got to ask yourself, how much is that worth to you, right? We have a broker for Target. because Target requires you to have a broker, at least in our case. But every other deal that we have gotten or that we have gone with. Every store has come directly to us. Actually, I'm gonna tell you a cool story about 7-Eleven, how that happened. So a couple years ago, 2 years ago, I got approached by a person who is the category buyer at Speedway. It's a gas station chain, which 7-Eleven just bought. Can you remember that? At the time, like 2 years ago, this is back when I was sharing space with Alpha Elite at the old distribution center. We couldn't support what they wanted to do. They were like, we want to put you on these stores. And I was like, that's great. I can't support that amount of candy. So I kind of shelved it. And then when we were at the Dark Sport Coachella event, I drove by a Speedway because you don't see them too much here. I drove by a Speedway and I go, I forgot that person from Speedway reached out. So when I got home, I emailed the person from Speedway. I was like, hey, we're ready. I'm ready. Are you down? Are you cool? Do you wanna get together? Right? It's been 2 years. The person is like, oh, 7-Eleven bought us. They bought Speedway, like 3,000 stores. 7-Eleven purchased them. I'm going to link you up. I have a new role within Speedway 7-Eleven, and I'm introducing you to the candy buyer of 7-Eleven. 7-Eleven candy buyer was on that email. Bada boom, bada bing, sent samples. Wham, bam, thank you, ma'am. We got in 7-Eleven. So, I mean, it's just all about, if I never sent that email, what if I sent it at another time? What if that person wasn't in a good mood? What if they didn't see oh my gosh. That was a long answer, but yeah, that's what I do. Ideally, you won't use brokers. Just learn how to do this stuff, but sometimes you got to. Just like you want to avoid brokers if possible, you also, if possible, want to avoid sleeping on a bad, terrible mattress, and that is why today's video is sponsored by our friends at Helix. Guys, Helix makes premium mattresses that are customized to fit your needs. Everybody is different, and Helix knows that. That is why they have this amazing online sleep quiz. You go on there, you answer a couple questions about your sleep style, body type, and bada boom, bada bing, they are going to pick out the perfect mattress that is customized to fit your specific needs. One of the amazing features about Helix is that it ships right to your door, rolled up in a box, and is super simple to put together. And to be honest, it's kind of fun when you open the packaging and it like expands. It's like And this year, Helix launched their newest and most high-end collection yet, their Helix Elite mattress. They put their years of extensive mattress expertise to use to create a truly elevated sleep experience. Their Elite collection includes 6 different mattress models to combine high-end luxury with a personalized comfort tailored to your preferences. And if you're nervous at all about ordering a mattress online, Helix actually has a 100-night sleep trial, so you can try out your Helix mattress for over 3 months to see if you like it. And they have a 10-year warranty. They have flexible payment plans and financing options, so a great night's sleep is never far away. I love my Helix mattress, and I think you would too. If you want to check them out, I would highly recommend them. You can click the first link down in the description, and keep an eye out because in October they're having a bunch of flash sales, so there's never been a better time to upgrade your sleep. You can head to helixsleep.com/max to get 20% off your new Helix mattress, plus you're going to get 2 free pillows. I would highly recommend them. They're fantastic. Click that first link down in the description. And now let's get back to the video. I almost said vlog. Back to the Q&A. Favorite thing you and Taylor want to have built in your future house? So we'll obviously talk about this a lot more when we actually start building the house. It's not going to be for a bit because I need to save up some more money. We have a very similar vision. We want to have a modern farmhouse, okay, white and black. I want a big circle driveway with a gate. We'd like to have like stones, like pavers as the driveway instead of just concrete. We want to have warm features inside, like light brown floors and browns, right? And like exposed beams, like the support beams. But most people, they're not actually the support beams. They're kind of fake, but they look like, you get it. We're having that. We want big, tall ceilings. We want a bunch of windows, a bunch of natural sunlight. And it's just going to be so gorgeous and beautiful. And expensive. There is one kind of crazy thing that we are going to put in. I've never seen this before. I've seen people put versions of this, but not what we want to do. Outside we want to have done this inside outside. What if the line was the club? We want to put an industrial margarita machine like built in the house. I'm not talking about some cheap one. I'm talking about the ones that you go to the Tex-Mex restaurant and like the big mama jammas. The big boys. We're going to have one of those in our house. So every day I can have a margarita. Donovan Jackson, new to the channel. Whoa! It is like, how do people stumble across my channel? I feel like I'm just assuming everyone's, been here this whole time. I've been here. Do y'all understand what I'm saying? New to the channel. Why do you say read some books to dude? So I have a lot of things that I say, maxisms, if you will. And one of them is go away, read some books. And usually it's when like dude's getting out of the car or is running or open a door. It is from Nacho Libre, which is one of my top 3 favorite films. It's featuring Jack Black as he finds and struggles and climbs his way up the athletic ladder. It's a movie quote. We have a lot of movie quotes. And sometimes I feel like if I don't put the quote, like the video of the movie quote right after, then no one's going to understand what I'm saying. But it's kind of like if I ever say something and you're like, what did you just say? It's probably a movie quote, or it's not. And I'm just saying something really stupid. So you'll never know. Zach Welch, how much pressure do you feel to propose to Tay-Tay Banks? The amount of freaking questions I get about engagement, which is wild to me. Listen, Taylor and I are going to spend the rest of our lives together. Taylor and I are going to get married, and we're going to do it. I'm going to ask Taylor when I'm ready and when we're ready. We've only been dating for, and I don't mean to say this to downplay, but it's like everyone around me's been dating for like 4, 5, 6, 7 years, right? And I get into a new relationship, and every day I'm like, why is everyone else not getting yelled at? But everyone around me is getting engaged. Taylor and I I will get down on one knee when the time is right. And she knows that. And I'm sure she would love it if it was, like right now. But hey, Taylor, get in here. No, I absolutely want to spend the rest of my life with Taylor. 1,000%. There's not an ounce of doubt in me. I want it to be the right time. I want it to be the right time. So yeah, I hope that answers the question. When like Shawley and Christian and Rob and Daryl, when all these people were getting engaged, the amount of DMs that I got just like blowing me up. I'm like, guys, give me a break. I love that girl so much though. Don't ever forget it. Because I'll remind you. When do you think you'll break ground on your new land? Here's how my mindset works. I am planning to sit down with an architect. There's 2 ways you go about it. We want to build a custom home, but I don't know about like literally sketching an entire home from scratch. I think that's like 50 or 100 grand. Whereas another option is you can find plans that you like from the builder and then you can kind of tweak them. But who knows? Maybe I'll go super, super custom. I don't know. If everything goes well, if everything financially goes as I'm hoping, I am planning on starting the house process, like sitting down and starting to spend money with an architect, with a designer, with a builder, all that stuff around the end of next year. So then the build out will take about a year, I'm assuming, give or take. 24, 25. So maybe by the end of 2025, and then it's time to have some babies. But if the timeline doesn't work out for building the house, if everything crashes and burns, then we'll just stay in our current beautiful home that we love so much, and we will push it off and we'll do it when we're ready. The idea of buying the land wasn't to immediately build; it was to secure property. It's like that song, what's the lyrics like? You can buy dirt, you can get it at the Lowe's or the Home Depot. It comes in a bag of 3 or 4, something like that. I just wanted to secure some land. Are you planning on getting another videographer? No, I have zero intention of hiring another videographer. For sour strips and like the creative stuff, there might be something like that, but I pretty much just outsource it at this point. I think that's best. And I've learned that especially in the creative world, most videographers and photographers want to be freelancers because you can make a whole lot more money by, charging individual rates and doing a million different projects. and it's just like kind of the thing that that's what I found. I found every creative that I know as either worked for someone and ends up leaving to freelance, and most people just freelance. But I will never hire another videographer to just like follow me around for my YouTube. It's just not worth it. I already like end up directing the damn video whenever someone follows me around with a camera. I don't think that a higher quality third person, someone filming me video, is going to do any better. So it's like a waste of money. Half the time, I think people come to my channel for my cool and wacky personality and my sexy appearance, but like it's for the things that I say, right? It's for my goofiness. So if a videographer, if I have to tell him every single time, like, all right, I got a joke, I turn it on, right? No, it's better if I can just think of a joke and turn the camera on. Or I end up being like, okay, or we're gonna go to Chipotle, or we're gonna be at this expo or something. Like, all right, how about like, what if you get on the inside and like film me? I end up telling them what to do. And so I also like making YouTube videos. So no, I'll never hire another videographer, especially for me. Maybe something internally, but probably just outsource everything. Will the backpacks restock with the upcoming EverForward drop? So I want to briefly go over what's on the EverForward drop. So this will be next Sunday, I think, unless I push it back again. It is an entire women's collection of tops and bottoms. We have like 6 sports bras and like 6 pair of leggings. Amazing stuff for the girls. And then for the guys, we have a restock of our performance joggers. We have 4 button downs. We have 4 bomber jackets. We have 3 long sleeve slub tees with no pocket. We have 3 long sleeve thermal stretchy Henley shirts. I think that's everything. We have a lot of great stuff. The backpacks are going to come in December. They will be in the all black, brand new. It's black on black, and then a tan on brown. It's beautiful. They're going to be here in December. Perfect time for Christmas. So I hope you guys are excited. Hint of the new product that Actual Candy is launching. So I've been hinting at this, and although it's not guaranteed, it's pretty close to a confirmation, probably around the middle of the year. And I don't want to give it away. What can I say about it? Okay, here's the hint. It's gonna make sense when the product comes out, okay? It features the same characters as Sour Strips, but they're different. They're the same, but they're different. What does that mean, Max? They're the same, but they're different. Are they the same or are they different? They're the same, but they are different. Does that tell you a hint at all? Okay. Would you ever get Dude a brother or a sister? Taylor has been begging me, groveling at my feet to get to convince me that it is time to have another dog. And for a while, I was so like, because Dude is just so good, such a great dog. Like, and I don't realize this until I interact with other people's dogs. Dude is so calm, doesn't tear up anything, doesn't go to the bathroom on the carpet. He's calm, he's trained, he listens to me, he's not rambunctious, he is amazing, and I'm so terrified that the other dog will not be like that. Or I'm gonna compare that dog to Dude. But we will absolutely get another dog. It will be another Dude, another Doodle, probably not a golden Doodle. We're thinking either an Aussie Doodle or a Bernedoodle, but 1000% it will be a Doodle breed. I think the Doodle breed is the best breed in the entire. I can't even begin. I will never not have a Doodle. I love all dogs. I wish I could own all the dogs, but Doodles are for us. And Taylor wants, so we're going to name, it's going to be a female dog, Dolly, I believe named after Dolly Parton. Taylor apparently really likes Dolly Parton. Dolly and Dude, double D's. That's kind of weird, but yeah, we'll get one maybe next year, maybe in 2 years, in the near future. Dude is turning 5 in a couple of weeks, so I think it's time for a little brother or a little sister, probably a little sister. Oh, we're at 23 minutes. I gotta like, are these, do you like these? Is this good? How do you make time for things that are fun but not productive without feeling guilty? Basically, how do you like take time off and not like feel like you should be working? This is something you'll never get over. I think I always feel kind of like ashamed or guilty if I'm dilly-dallying or procrastinating or knowing I should do something but choosing to not do it and do something leisurely, whether it be, watching a show at night, but I really want to do that because I want to spend time with Taylor or, whatever, but like whatever you're doing, whether it be like watching YouTube videos, going to do anything that isn't work related, but guys, you got to find that balance. You got to have that balance in life because it ain't all about work. And I know everyone, having, financial freedom and kind of like is amazing. And you want to keep hustling, grinding, working 24/7 so you can buy all the things you want, but you're always going to want more forever. You're always going to want more. And when you hit the goal that you said, this is the monumental number I want to get to, you're going to want more. It's never going to stop. So you have to learn to appreciate what you have and appreciate life because life is way too short. And if you spend it working all the time, and don't get me wrong, you should put in the long hours. You should put in the work. You should to set yourself up so at some point, then you can kind of take a step back. But just know that you need to put your foot on the gas, but there needs to be a time when you can let off and delegate or just get to a point where you're like, hey, maybe we can slow down a little bit. And some people are going to be against that, but ever since getting in a relationship with Taylor and me spending a lot less time working, and keep in mind I worked so hard for so long that I'm at a point that I'm able to kind of step away a little bit because everything's kind of in place and been built up. But it's been the most eye-opening thing to just relax. And but I've been going nonstop for like 7, 8, 9 years before I met Taylor. So it's a balance, but it'll never go away where you're going to feel like when you're just playing a video game or watching a YouTube video and you should be working, but it's just about balance. But it'll be all right. Are you going to be hosting any holidays this year? Yeah, we're actually going to be here for Thanksgiving and Christmas. I'm trying to convince my whole family to come down. I think I'm going to be successful at it. And last year I was sick, and my mom and my stepdad came down, and then we were supposed to like have Thanksgiving at our house. We ended up not being able to have it because I was sick. So that kind of threw a wrench in everything. So this year we're trying to do it again. And then for Christmas, Taylor has a lot of family traditions, which I love. Like for the past 10 years, everyone gets in like this big hayride thing and goes around and looks at all the Christmas lights. And they've been doing it for 10 years. And when I heard that and the whole family's been doing it, I'm like, what? I don't know anyone that has a family tradition that they actually stick to for that long. Like that, it's so cool. It's so cool. And I hope that my family can join their family for this tradition. So we're very excited. My mom and everyone will be down. My brother, my sister, and it'll be great. How many hours of sleep do you get average? I actually get a whole lot of sleep. I get 8 hours every single night. Taylor and I are pretty much in bed. We are in bed at 10:15 at the latest, really. It's 9:45. Between 9:45 and 10:30, we're in bed, probably asleep by 10:30. It's so rare, especially on a school night, during the week, that we would be up past 11. And then I get up at 7 a.m. So, if I go to bed at 10:30, what is that? I can't do that math. Okay, so if midnight to 7 is 7 hours, if I go to bed at 10:30, 11:30 to 12 is an hour and a half, 7, 8.5. I get 8.5 hours of sleep. That's how I did that math. You know what's crazy about math? Let me explain. If you said, Max, what is 8 plus 7? Think about what 8 plus 7 is. Do you want to know how I get to 8 plus 7? Because 7s are super confusing and tricky. I know what 8 plus 8 is, 16. I go 8 plus 8 minus 1. So if you say, what's 8 plus 7? I say 8 plus 8, 16 minus 1, it's 15. Max, what's 9 plus 7? Okay, I know 10 plus 7 is 17. 10 plus 17 minus 1, because 1 less than 9. 10 plus 7, 9 plus 7 is 16. Oh, man, my brain is weird. When is the pod back? 1 or 2 weeks. Season 3 is coming back. I did not plan on taking a freaking 2-month hiatus. It took way longer than I thought to get in this office space, and we're still not in it because we're waiting on some permit stuff, but it is coming back. I'm super excited. Look at this little, do you see this little Don't Be Sour cover thing? I got these little mic plates. Is that cool? The studio is getting set up as we speak, and it's going to be gorgeous, and I'm super excited to take kind of a different direction, to do some solo episodes, to just have repeated guests of me and Joe and Taylor and my friends, and I'm not going to stress about having a new freaking cool guest every single time. I do have some guests lined up that when I'm ready to film, I'm going to film with them, but I am super excited to get back to the podcast. When will we see the Jeep return? So my big Jeep, because I know you guys just love it. It will be back. I've actually just had a call with him today. It'll be back, I'm hoping, next week. So I sent it off, or I drove it to this shop to get some audio upgrades. So I got this. I'll explain it. I got some audio upgrades, and then I had a recall on one of my axles. Y'all don't even know what I'm talking about. I had a recall on the Jeep on a part that I bought, so now it's at a shop to replace that because it was all covered. So I'm getting a couple things done. But when it comes back, I'm so excited because the weather's great, and I love my Jeep so much. And you know what? I went on this rant the other day with Taylor, kind of like explaining why I love, because it's like, why do I love Jeep so much? It's not cool to be the Jeep guy. No one cares about Jeep, right? I'm the biggest advocate of Jeep in this whole world. And I realized because it shows the power of a brand, because the Jeep brand brings so much great memories back to me every time that I see the word Jeep or I drive a Jeep. You know, when I was a baby, my dad and my uncle drove Jeeps. I remember being in it. You know, growing up, my mom was in Jeep clubs. She got me into off-roading. My first car was a Jeep. And from like 16 until like 21 or something, my whole life was Jeeps. I was on the Jeep forums every day, all day, documenting my Jeep. I spent every waking hour, every waking second of my life building Jeeps and off-roading and doing all of that for years and learning how to weld and do all these things. And the memories that I have of all of that, the memories of my dad forever ago, the memories of my childhood, the memories of like all the things that I like the hobby that I had, like I get to live that every time I'm driving a Jeep, but specifically my big Jeep. I will never sell that big Jeep. I love it more than anything. That is my Bugatti. I freaking love that Jeep. I love that Jeep. Oh my God. Oh, I love Jeep. Jeep needs to sponsor me. Please, for the love of God, sponsor me, Jeep. Okay. Last question, 31 minutes. How do you stay so positive with the ups and the downs, especially the downs in life and business? Listen, what you see me online, on my Instagram, on YouTube is a version of myself that I choose to show you guys, right? Most of the time, I'm pretty upbeat. I do show my emotions, and I do, get sad on here sometimes, when I talk about stories with my dad or maybe some tough times that I'm going through. And I try to be very vulnerable. But there's definitely things that I there's a lot of depressive, I don't want to say depressive. There's a lot of times I do get down in my head. I ask myself, like, can I doubt my ability to achieve things. I doubt my ability to handle loads of work and stress. I doubt my ability to be the best partner that I can to Taylor, to in the future to be a father. I have doubts, and it's not like I doubt because I don't want these things. It's like it's just something that kind of goes on. I get down on myself. There's a lot of days that I have that I just wake up and I feel sad for no reason. And most of the time Taylor can kind of like tell when something's off because I try to play it off, but everyone goes through stuff, guys. Everyone goes through downs. Everyone feels some types of way. And it's so good to talk to someone, whether that be your significant other, a friend, a family member, going to therapy or something, because just, I think when you internalize a lot of, sadness or I don't want to say negative thoughts, like, you get what I'm saying? Like, when you feel down, stare at a clown. Movie quotes. Yes, I do get down. Yes, I do feel upset, but I try my best to not bring y'all down. Okay, so that's why I try to be as upbeat as possible on YouTube. I try to let you escape from this shitty world that is going on around us, and all the problems. And I hope that I can just make you guys laugh or maybe forget about, maybe some shit you're going through. And that's a big reason why I continue to make these videos, because I feel like YouTube is like a therapy for me. I know I've joked all the time about retiring on YouTube, or when I was all butthurt about my views going down, and but now I don't think I could ever stop. Like, I don't know. Like, I don't know if it's physically possible. It's such an I identify with, and it's like a way for me to vent and talk and tell my thoughts, and I love it. I love it. But I don't know if I answered the question. You're always going to go through ups and downs, ebbs and flows, peaks and valleys, but it's about understanding that hopefully the good will always outweigh the negative, and no matter what you're going through, you can push on. Someone's got it worse than you. Okay? Someone has got it worse than you. Unless you type out in Google everything you're going through and it's like you actually have it the worst of anyone on this entire planet. Then at that point you can feel sad. But other than that, ever forward. Get back up on the horse. Talk to someone and figure out how to move forward. It sounds so easy, doesn't it? I know that's a hard question to answer. I feel like I kind of danced around. I didn't really answer it, but that will conclude this video. I hope you enjoyed it, especially you guys, camera number 2. I really like making these Q&As. I kind of think they're like filler videos, because it's easy for, if a video is easy for me to film, like if I don't have a drone or something, or I film a Q&A where it's not hard to edit it, I think it's lazy. And I know it's content and there's always gonna be more videos, so it doesn't really matter that much. But I like answering questions. I like just talking to you guys. That's why I'm really enjoying the podcast, and I can't wait to get back into it and do some solo ones where I can just talk. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this. If you could smash the thumbs up button. We have some really exciting stuff coming up, some exciting videos. We have a lot of business endeavors I'm going to take you through. We're building out this warehouse. The podcast is back. I'll keep documenting my relationship with Taylor. And thank you guys. Thank you so much for just continuing to watch. For anyone who's here, you know what I would really like? I know it's only the true potato nation, but how did you? I've already asked that. I was going to say, how did you find my channel? I don't know. I don't have a question. Never mind. Yeah, I want to hear it again. Tell me again, because I forgot from the last time you did. How did you find my? I want to know when you found my channel, how you found my channel, and why you're still here today. Why you still sticking around? Stroke my ego. Tell me cool things. Tell me how cool I am. Thank you so much for tuning in. I'll see you in the next one. Eat more sour strips and ever forward. Speaking of sour strip shirts, we don't move very many sour strip shirts, but I keep making them. We have some really cool shirts. Never mind. Never mind. Thanks for tuning in. See you guys later. Peace.